What?
Just the stream just started.
Shut up.
Actually, that's probably for the best.
Why would it have just started?
Because I didn't hit go live.
I know you're joking.
No, I'm not. It just so everything we just said, nobody heard. Because I just seen in the comments that people were just waiting for our sorry asses to show up. Because they didn't hear anything yet, and I looked up and it said start stream. Whew.
Are you being for real right now?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for somebody to confirm that they're getting it. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, but anyways, so what Lisa was talking about was when we went fishing. What's up, Roger? You guys getting the stream? Oh, there it is. Okay, there's everybody. They got us now. That's probably for the best. That's probably for the best. Because you probably don't want to hear.
He's in an ugly mood.
No, I'm not. I'm not in.
Yes.
You know what? It's man. Good morning, everybody. By the way, I said good morning to everybody already, but apparently you didn't hear that part between all my Effenheimers and talking about psychopathic freaks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I am a little touchy. Because I'm pissed. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to put my frequency out there anymore. I actually vented, and maybe the universe just did us a favor and didn't stream this shit so you guys wouldn't hear everything I just said because it wasn't nice. Not that I even care. So anyways, good morning. So what we were talking about was, crazy people. And actually, we started talking about Taylor Swift, and we'll circle back to that because I can't stand her. I fucking can't stand her. I don't know what makes her so special. Kind of like the new age country singers. I don't know how that's country music. But anyways, what we were talking about is one day when we went fishing, we were there early and nobody else was there when we were there. And there's this freaking guy who thinks he owns the damn park, right? And so I want to know what you would do because I almost threw his ass in the fucking lake. He comes and sits 10 feet away from me and he starts feeding all the seagulls. It's just like, dude, and he got offended because I was upset that he was being so fucking disrespectful, so, and then he had to tell me he was a veteran. And I'm like, dude, just because the fact that your piece of shit ass has told me you were a fucking veteran because you're a piece of shit, right? Because I'm trying to just get some mental peace here and fish, because it's a fucking ocean and there's a whole bunch of areas you can go to. I'm trying to get mental peace, dude, and now I got to worry about bird shit landing on my face, And he got all offended that I thought it was rude that he was being disrespectful. I mean, it was rude.
He didn't have to do that.
Now, was my reaction uncalled for? Probably.
Well, you both. It's the male thing. One gets loud and another one has to get louder.
The second you start selling me shit as a marketing tool, like a veteran, man, apparently, obviously he don't know, right? So when you don't know somebody and you want to sit there and think that that's like a fucking badge?
No, it's a title. That's all it is. He's throwing a title out like you should be like, oh, well, because you're a veteran, then
that's the first time I ever told him. That's the first time I ever told the veteran to take that veteran status and shove it right up your fucking ass. Because if you want to sit here and use it as an argument fucking tool, like, oh, you're a veteran? Oh, here, let me pull my pants down, dude, and let you tickle my fucking butthole. Okay, good for you, dude. Good for fucking you.
We were raised to respect our elders, and we were raised to respect our veterans and things like that. They put themselves on the line for us. However, respect goes both ways, and I don't care what your title is. If you are going to come at me and you are going to get snappy or get rude or be disrespectful in any possible way, whether it's to me or to my kids, I am going to unleash holy hell on you because you are not going to do that to me. And it will not matter to me if you are an elder, and it will not matter to me if you are a veteran or a police officer.
It all goes out the door. The second you want to use that,
does not matter to me.
I have been surrounded. Ask her because it drove her crazy. For the last 4 or 5 years, I've been surrounded by people that's why I am literally, and I'm going to say it, and it's egotistical. I get it. I actually have a hard time doing this, but I'm literally one of the best in the media industry. I will fucking say that across the board, and I will go toe to toe with just about fucking anybody, right? And when I say that, I mean pound for fucking pound, from front end to back end to production to editing to videographer to photographer to host to MC to broadcaster, pound for fucking pound all day, right? What's my point on all that?
I don't know. You were going there.
I was getting all fired up about that shit because
Titles.
yeah. So you know when you're in an industry, and a lot of people that I even know, they don't even know my full skill set, because when you're surrounded by these people with zero skill set, but they talk as if they've been CEOs for fucking the Minnesota Vikings their whole life, it kind of deters you, and you become actually so grossed out by hearing them constantly, always them, and even to a point to where it's like you'd have them on a show and bring a guest on, and it's like the guest can't even get a word in. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of people, and so it's. I have such a distaste and a disdain towards people that think that a fucking job title
or a title in general
is some kind of stature that you can sit here and use that and to justify being a piece of shit, right? I'm tired of the fake victimization. No, dude, you know what you should have did? You should have said, you know what, dude, it was kind of bullshit for me to sit here and disrupt your space. You know what? My bad, bro.
He should have never.
That's what I'm saying. He could have just went to another bench.
Because he literally fed them, and the birds were then eating and then flying right over, and
they're seagulls.
They're going to poop.
They're
That's
seagulls.
what birds do when they eat. They poop.
I'm going to say it.
I raised them.
I thought about sending them a message. I thought about having a bird there in the morning the next day, on a chair, waiting for them.
Oh, they got into a big old screaming match.
Yeah, we did.
Rocky had to go for a walk.
I went for a long walk. I mean, a down the road walk, because I was going to give him a hug, man, a really big, tight, loving hug. You know what I'm saying? And he triggered me when he threw the veteran shit out there.
No, it's a title thing. And here's the thing. I don't care what your title is, and I don't care if you're a celebrity. This is one thing that I've been fighting over. I don't know how long.
Kenny's in the mother. Oh, Kenny.
None of that matters. None of it. Because at the end of the day, you are still human, regardless to your title. You bleed just like I bleed, and you will get the same respect that you give to me.
That's right.
That is the bottom line.
End of the day, right there. You give, you get what you give.
Yes. If you're going to be rude, I will outrude you.
Oh.
That's just
She's pretty good at it.
Don't play mind games.
Yeah. Don't let that little 5 foot shit bother you, man. You women, man, when you turn your shit on, don't let us do us fool you either, because it scares the shit out of us. We act tough. I mean, dude, we'll scrap with a 7 foot tall monster, but when you little ass 5 foot ass woman get mad at us, we're like, damn, now what? Go buy a kitten or something. Just go buy a fucking kitten. So I was going to say something else. I was going to say something. Oh,
because of the
here's the thing. Yeah, we'll get into that too. But here's the thing about, when you go fishing, especially at the ocean, you see a whole variety of people. You see older couples there that are retired, that are there just for the scenery. You see dads bringing their kids there, their little kids there with their little tiny poles that go fishing. And then you see people that are just there. And some of those people, man, it's just like, they've just been through some shit. You know what I'm saying? And they just need to go find a bench. And so like with me and Lisa, we love taking Rocky fishing, and we enjoy fishing. We're not like professionals, but we go because it's a thing of serenity for us.
I didn't even fish the last time
I know it. That's what I'm saying.
I just needed just to get out and clear my brain.
That's what it is for us. And so when you find that to be like your escape, and then you have that one monster that just wants to be an asshole and try to take that away, and then you're just like, okay, now where do we go? Now, do I got to go buy a mountain just to be able to escape from piece of shit humans? Just to be able to, you can't even go. But I'm going to tell you something. Don't ever expect peace if you're ever going to go fishing at a pier. There's nothing peaceful about that experience, because people are savage as shit, man. These people these are lifelong pier fishers. You know what I'm saying? These people have been fishing on this shit for their whole life, and they don't care about space. They don't care. So they will come right like 5 feet next to you and fish right next to you like that. And then they'll try to have conversations.
Yeah, I'm not trying to talk when I'm fishing. Leave me alone.
No, some of them are interesting. Some of them are interesting. So yeah, man, it was, and then here I'm thinking, I'm feeling guilty, because it's just like, okay, I just yelled at an old guy. It's just like, no, the old guy was a piece of shit, and out of all people, I would expect him to understand more.
Yeah, well, he should have had his brain cells working to realize that somebody is fishing there. He clearly sees it, and he shouldn't be feeding the birds. He could have waited, or he could have said, hey, do you mind? I'm going to feed the birds. I'm just giving you a heads up.
Have you ever been pooped on? Oh, never mind.
Have I ever been pooped on? I had 300 breeding birds.
That's a dumb question. I remember one time I was I think it was high school. I was in New York, going to Cicero North Syracuse High School, and I was walking to the school bus. Man, I took the school bus. I ain't playing around. You know what I'm saying? And I owned that bitch. I was in the middle. I never sat in the end. But I got just deuced on by a fucking seagull, and I didn't know it at first. I thought somebody was fucking with me from the school bus. When you're walking down the school bus line, getting into the school bus, sometimes kids throw shit at you. I never did that, because I was one of the good kids, right? I never did anything like that. But sometimes those other kids would do that kind of shit. And I thought somebody squirted some water out the window and just got me. So right away, I'm just like, and then finally you look down to see, and I couldn't believe that it missed my face. It missed my head, but it hit my shirt right in my chest, and it went all the way down to my belly. That's how much shit it was. So it must have been coming head on, and it must have been coming down to where it just said, you know what I mean? And I was so embarrassed, man, because it was white.
He was gagging.
It was. I was. Oh, it was fucking terrible.
He's weak stomach like that. He has a weak freaking stomach.
I just think about certain poop, man. Even my monkey videos, because I'm getting a monkey. And
no, he ain't.
I'm getting a monkey. So, but even like when the super cute little tiny baby monkeys poop, I'm just like,
see why he ain't getting a monkey?
Oh,
okay. See why he ain't getting a monkey?
There was a monkey video the other day where it actually showed a little turd coming out of the monkey's butt. And I'm like, ooh. It was terrible. And it was just a tiny little thing. It was like even cat shit's bigger than that. And I'm okay with that. I mean,
no, you ain't.
There's just something about poop, man.
Okay, so our oldest cat is like 17. Okay. And, she has digestive issues. So, like, she'll eat, but if she eats too fast, she ends up having to throw it back up. Yeah. So, right away, he's out of the room. The second he thinks he can smell it, the second it comes out, but the second he sees it, he's all,
It's terrible, man. Oh no, it's graphic too. I mean, it's guttural. It's guttural, man. It's like it's not a normal fucking gag, right? It's my soul gagging is what it is. And there's a difference from a regular human and then the soul gag, right? Because when your soul gags, that means it's going to transfer you through more lives. That means it's.
Bro, you got issues. What's wrong? You got issues. You got major issues.
No, I'm not getting a stuffed monkey. No, I've been researching monkeys for a fucking year, over a year.
But you know what? He can say all he wants. He is not getting a monkey because I am not taking care of another animal.
It is full time. It is. It's like a fucking kid.
It's a child.
Yeah, it is. Like the first 2 years.
I raised my 3.
And here's the thing about the terrible twos with the monkeys is that monkeys. They're still, like kids with terrible twos, they kind of get around and they hobble around and shit like that. So you have time, like you can catch up real quick, man. Terrible twos and monkeys, just have a fucking BB gun. You know what I'm saying, man? Just have a BB gun. Just be like, yo, bitch, don't be up there. Get off the plant.
They're little dickheads with cats and dogs.
They do. They pull their ears, and I would love filming that every day.
No.
Oh, let's see. It says, did y'all see the news story about a nationwide power outage in Sri Lanka? What? All right. Okay. So it's caused by a group of monkeys. So I actually showed Lisa videos. Now, there's this one place, and I don't know for sure if it's in Cambodia or wherever it is. They call it Monkey City. Are you effing kidding me? I would never go there. Because you can literally get killed, man, because it is those I always get their name wrong, and she spelled it here even when I'm looking at how you spell it, I say it's I'm not even gonna try to say it.
Say it.
No, I can't.
Say it.
I can't do it.
Come on.
I can't. No, because I don't know if it's even the right way to say it. And why am I having such a hard time?
Sound it out.
No, because you really want me to screw it up.
Sound
I can see it on your fucking face.
Okay, so move on.
It will eat your face off. What was that? So yeah, it's the people literally moved out of this. It's a city. And there's maybe a few residents there because they're psychopaths, but the monkeys have literally taken it over.
I don't feel bad.
I don't feel bad either because, it's just like, when in some of those countries, it's jungle. And so when you decide to say, hey, see that fucking spot over there? Because there's a stream, we can have a source of water. Let's build a city. You know what I'm saying? And then they're going to get mad at the wildlife that's going to start coming in there. Now, they're brutal as shit. Some of those species, even the smaller ones, the wild ones, man.
It's a wild animal. What do you expect?
Okay, so if you're feeding one, if you go to like
No.
Cambodia and you're feeding one and one just takes a little snip at you, would you kick it?
Oh, I'm swinging.
Would you?
I'm too small.
And I think
it's going to be my size.
I think it's illegal. And I don't
care.
give a shit, man. I'm kicking the shit out of it. Arrest my shit, Judge. Yeah, I'm right here because that son of a bitch bit me. And you know what, dude? That's self-defense. I don't give a shit what your laws are. Mine are different than yours. Did you see the revenge of the monkeys when they stole the puppy? Okay. You can't bring that up because this is real. So the revenge of the monkeys where they stole puppies and were killed. So yeah. Oh, yes. That was like a real thing where a dog killed a monkey. Right? Because there's a big war with wild dogs and monkeys. There's a big fucking war in those countries. You can find videos all the time where the dogs will spend days trying to catch those little bastards, because they're so quick. So they'll jump down, pull the tail, and then jump back up. But when they lock on one of them, all the dogs show up. And so, and Steph, I think I'm referring to the story you're talking about. But yeah, so let me see. I just want to do the revenge of the monkeys when they stole the puppies in revenge for so the dog killed the monkey. And the monkeys came back and just like killed all the babies, all the puppies. Like it was a plotted hit. And that's the scariest, weirdest thing, right? So you kind of wonder all those freaking worlds. But honestly, at the end of the day, I said it on the show, man. If you took all the luxuries away from humans, we talked about this in depth, that is kind of how humans would exist. It's the strongest will survive, right? The king of the kings will be the king of the hill, right? And he would had to have gotten that position not by a vote, but by brutal acts. And so maybe I'm not getting a monkey. I do want one. Maybe a finger monkey.
No,
They're super tiny. And they go beep, beep, beep.
You're dealing with it.
They
I'm
go,
not.
daddy, 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 daddy. I actually have a cat that loves me. But it was people's dogs. Oh, it was people's dogs. Oh, it wasn't wild dogs. They went and stole private dogs. Ooh.
Yeah, no, that's like the one of the ladies across
Sugar
the street.
glider.
She has a cat that she lets out. So, it's not a stray cat and it's not a wild cat. But
Maybe
she just
one of
lets
these
it out
days
to roam.
because I can't stand her, and I hope she's watching this show because I'm watching you on my cameras.
Oh, don't tell her that.
They're crackheads. They think that we monitor. They think they're so cracked out all the time. They think that we're like monitoring. So if you're watching, I'm watching you all the time.
Oh my God. So
Crackheads.
I see this lady's cat. She lets it out of the house yesterday. What's the cat do? Goes and catches a baby bird. It was a baby bird.
Oh, I would have been pissed. That would have been just reason.
Watched this cat let the bird go, catch the bird again. Let the bird go, because that's what cats do. They are the only species that will literally hunt just for fun, not because they're hungry, but because it's
the only species, right? I think it's the only species that kills just for pleasure.
Yeah, they're doing it for sport. It's sport, but also for food. That's what they do. It's a play technique for them to, hone in on their skills.
And I'm scared of shit of cats. I'm not lying,
dude,
man.
I literally wanted to go out there yesterday and grab the baby bird. And I had to walk away. I don't know what ended up happening with everything, but it kept letting it go and catching it and letting it go. And like, I wanted to go out there and get that baby bird and wait for her to come outside and be like, what are you doing in my yard? And blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's human nature. You just got to let the cat do what it
came in our yard to get the bird?
No, it was across the street.
Because that would have changed the rules. You know what I'm saying, Josh?
Because I would have went out there.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
And it's just like, I would have told that chick, you know what? Okay, well, if it's human nature, then when I catch your cat over my yard, because it's been in my yard multiple times, it's going to be human nature when it disappears.
What about snakes, though? You know what? Don't we have the right to be able to kill snakes, too, in self-defense? Because, I'm not a snake whisperer.
It depends upon if it's, like, on the endangered list or...
How are you supposed to have... Okay, oh, wait, there's a snake biting my ankle, twisting around my leg, but Google that shit real quick.
They just caught a big, huge python down here.
I know they did.
They
catch.
The thing was huge.
I'm not used to that, man. I'm not used to that talk.
It was in somebody's backyard.
So rattlesnakes, we got kind of used to that talk in Texas. We got kind of used to the rattlesnake talk. Every once in a while, somebody would find one in their pickup truck or something. For real. They would be in the back of a pickup truck. Some of them were 5 feet long. I don't ever want to see a rattlesnake ever in my life. I don't need to. I don't even need to hear that.
Well, and you have the rat snakes that are in Texas, and they're
So,
good at like eating the rat.
I
But the rats
will-
there in Texas are rats. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
And that's why like the rat snakes are 5-6 feet. They're huge. And when I was in Georgia, we were invaded. Remember that? We were invaded. We were getting like 5-6 at a time that were 5-6 feet long, all coming on the deck. They're waiting for those barn hollows and they're eating all the bird eggs. And yeah, Steph says she would have got the bird too. But
Yeah.
so we're all looking for a reason to go over there and double smash. I mean, I'm
Okay.
waiting. I'm waiting. You know, it's just like I asked Lisa, I'm like, we haven't done anything wrong. It's like I don't never even talk to these
look, I
people.
don't have.
They have the whole narrative about who we are, and it's like I never even said, "Hey, I'm Rocky. How
They
you
have a
doing,
narrative
bitch?"
only because we have cameras on our house, but we don't have cameras on our house to spy on
Okay.
them. We have it for our
Let's
own protection.
explain that though. With the reason they are very well known. Well, for one, we advertise. Like, what's the first thing I did when we moved here? I put up the
Yes.
Italian fucking flag. You know what I'm saying? Just so you guys know who lives here, okay? Because we're not really as nice as we pretend to be. You know what I'm saying? That's the
I'm
first
not.
thing I did was put up the flag. But no. So Crackhead, right? Who we did confirm that there are some
Which
social
one?
media accounts.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you know that day we freaked out, that was legit, man. Because there's multiple accounts. Lisa found some information out. You know, we just have to
I
watch
was
it.
trying to.
I know it, but it just showed up.
It
and
just showed up as a
and then
friend
then we
suggestion.
zoomed in to confirm. You know, we should have never zoomed in. You know what I'm saying? I'm still fucking just kind of tripping out about that. But you know, she somehow thinks that she can use because apparently they can't afford a camera system. So they, in their arguments, are like, "You fucker, your drug dealer comes
Yeah, 'cause
over,
there's
I'll go across the street
two
to Rocky and
neighbors.
Lisa's, and they're fucking recording them." It's like, no, I don't record what you guys do. My shit is for my home.
Yeah, it's two neighbors
Yeah.
so that are next to one another that are bickering with one another, and so one is using us as they got cameras over there. They're recording everything. They see everything that's going on, and yada yada. And the other one now is all paranoid because they're straight tweakers that
Yep.
they think like we're spying on them and we're this and that. And it's this. I had to catch myself because one day I heard this loud noise. Me and Junior were sitting on the couch, which is in front of the window in front. And I heard this loud noise. Me and Joe, we turned around and we looked, and one of the crazies was coming out of the house and being all obnoxious and whatever. And she walks to the end of the driveway, picks up a newspaper, looks right over at our house, and picks it up and like starts bowing.
Yeah, bitch.
And then as she's slowly turning, she's doing this.
Yeah.
And right
while
away,
she's
I
all
looked at
cracked out,
Junior.
she has a heroin needle hanging out of her fucking arm while she's doing it
And
and
I'm
shit.
like,
But yeah, you know.
Did you just see what I just seen? I'm like, what was that all about? Was she just looking over here? I'm like, oh, hell no. And Joe's like, Mom, no. Mom, don't. I don't know. Mom. And so I just chilled out for a minute, whatever. Well, then I ended up talking with a neighbor about it because I was livid. Like, I don't even have words with this chick. I've never even talked to her.
That's crackheads do. They create these narratives that don't exist, man, just because they're so fucking paranoid. It's almost entertainment, but go ahead.
Yeah. And then that's when the other neighbor ended up telling me that she had told them that we have cameras on our house. And then I was like, oh.
That was right after she put out her.
Paranoid.
Yeah, that was right after she put the big sign out in her yard that said fentanyl users with the big arrow pointing next door to her house.
Yeah,
it's just like,
fentanyl
this is the shit.
users.
This is awesome.
And she's got them named by their first name on there. It's like, who does that? Who does that?
Yeah, I would beat someone's ass if they pulled that shit. I'd go light that sign on fire.
She's got their address on there, and I would think that there's something illegal.
That's defamation. That's legitimate defamation, man. I mean, you have a sign advertising that. Hey, look at the. No, she says. I think this says.
I mean, can she prove that?
Okay, well, probably.
But can she legitimately? Does she have proof?
Well,
for her to be advertising something like that.
Yeah, I mean, she goes over there and gets high with them, and then she tells us she don't get high, but then she gets high. Yeah, it's crazy because there was another situation that we had with meth dealers where they thought I was FBI, and I never even knew these people. Right?
Oh
Remember
God,
that
was
in Hudson,
Wisconsin.
Yeah, they thought I was FBI. They lived across the street, and they would tweak out so bad that they literally thought that I was an agent who somehow knew that they were going to move in. So I moved into the place 4 years ahead of time just to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? So I was ready for them when they showed up, and they would tweak. And then when they're moving out, they put a big old sign fucking on their front door. And it was just like,
It was
You
in
sit
the
there
patio door.
and you watch this whole thing play out, and you literally had nothing at all, not even a conversation with these people. And you watch an entire, goes to what we're going to talk about, what happened yesterday. And I'm glad that the actual show didn't start when it should have, because I would have been really mad at myself for
Your behavior.
I'm pissed, man. I'm pissed. And I'm going to stop pretending times when I'm not, you know. I'm pissed off because I'm tired of accommodating this bullshit. I'm tired of accommodating this radicalism. I'm tired of entertaining those conversations. I really am. And I had a guy, man, and I considered him a friend.
Hold on. But you jumped it, because what you're ultimately irritated over is the fact that we don't even talk to people about everything that's going on. And you're going to go and cast a judgment and put a sign in your window because you think like, we're watching you. And the reality of it is we're not watching you. We don't care what you do. Like if we really cared, we'd be socializing with you. So we just stay to ourselves. But this guy yesterday went off the handle.
I'm just to this point, man. Okay. So I respect, and I always have, I got friends I love dearly that think completely different than me. And I brought one of them up, Jim from Minneapolis, completely opposite spectrum of the political scale. I love them to death, man. Right. I got a whole bunch of friends like that. They're non-radical. They're old school Democrats, I think is the best way to put it. They're not the new age liberal. They're the old school Democrats, would almost be conservative in a way. Right.
You can get along with people who you can agree to disagree with. It's when they start pushing they're bantering you. They're coming at you in an attack mode because you have a different belief than them or a different thought. Then that's when you're crossing the line. But this dude yesterday was different. He jumped topic.
Yeah. Here's the thing, man. So this is where I'm at with all this shit. If you're going to accuse and do the name calling shit, it's first off, I just want to remind some people, when you're having a political debate or a disagreement politically and you resort to name calling, I just want you to really understand how intellectually stupid you look. I seriously mean that, man. And I am the most imperfect person you'll ever meet. I know there's a lot of things. My views are based off my experiences. So that doesn't necessarily mean that my views are aligned with society's views. And that's why sometimes not everything's going to politically go the way I want it, because my views are different, right?
Me and him don't agree on a lot of things.
So, but when you want to right away resort to attacking somebody by a racial slur or accusing them of being racist or a Nazi, here's where I'm at.
Or saying they were fired because of that.
If somebody truly is not correct, if somebody truly is a Nazi, then they deserve to be called a Nazi. If somebody is truly a racist, then absolutely call them a racist. Fine. If you feel better calling people names, right? I have a whole problem with the word vibration thing. But I'm to the point now that you better substantiate that shit. That's where I'm at, right? So if you're going to accuse somebody of being racist, then you better accuse the racism, support it with some bullet point facts of their actual actions that prove that they were legitimate racists, or actual actions that prove that they were legitimate Nazis. Because doing what the Constitution wants us to do for a nation, to protect us, to give us longevity, that is not an act of Nazism. That is not an act of radicalism. That is not an act of racism. When you are looking out for the best interests of a nation. What happened with the nation is we decided to invite a whole fucking world here, and we decided to pretend that we're going to accommodate all their ideologies and accept all their ideologies and never force them to accept ours. So it's like, okay, you don't have to accept ours, but we have to accept all yours. And now we have a mixed bag of shit. Now everybody wants their ideological views to be the one. They want their radical views to be the one, because we never kept that fucking standard in this country, and we allowed the fucking floodgates to say, bring it all in. Bring all your bags of shit with you.
But hold on. Everybody has the right to their own religion and their own train of thought and what have you, But if you're in the United States, we have one American flag. Don't burn it. If you don't represent it, then you don't represent it, but don't burn it. What is burning isn't going to help anything. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to change anything. And if you really don't like what the United States stands for, then get out, move, leave, go. You won't be missed.
I was just reading what Josh was saying here. He was saying
you're not going to be missed.
That Trump just dismissed the Board of Visitors for all branches of the military. It was 6. Wait, what? Explain that a little bit more if you can, Josh. Mary said that stuff like this is why I'm glad I live out in the middle of nowhere. It may be quiet and boring, but it beats the hell out of Mary. Quiet and boring is very, very welcomed in this fucking home. Trust us. I mean, sometimes I say that to Lisa. I'm like, where do we go to get peace, man? We try to go to the fishing pier and we have bird shitter feeder. You know what I'm saying? And we got to deal with this bullshit. I don't know, man. Damn. But so let me go back. I wanted to bring this up before it gets too old, though. I want to talk about this some of the shit that they're exposing that we're spending, because it seems to be that the more and more that and Elon Musk, man, I don't know, man, he is just he's throwing some shit out there on Twitter. And he's really pushing, man.
I'm
really
kind of getting annoyed with hearing his name though too much.
Well,
he's drawn too much attention.
No, he's not drawing too much attention. He is the greatest threat right now to every corrupt politician and corporation in the world. No, it don't matter. He got hired from the president to do a job, just like everybody else gets hired from a president to do a job. Nobody's talking about Vivek. Is that his name? Vivek? He's working right next to Elon Musk in this. They're partners. They're the two guys that are the ones going through all this. Nobody's talking about Vivek though, right? Because Vivek isn't a threat. He's not a threat like Elon Musk is. So when we sit here and we're watching this campaign, and then we're watching the politicians, I showed videos last week of these remember we tried showing it when we were on, and they probably have this money going after them, telling them to shut this shit down. You know what I mean? Like, stop this shit. And they can't. And so now they're literally now invoking violence. They're inciting violence. And even like Senator Warren, she had fucking spit coming out of her nostrils because she was so venomous, like so aggressive on stopping Elon Musk. And it's just like, and he has access to nothing special. And I was watching an interview last night, and this one guy from the Treasury, he's just like, well, two things. He's like, instead of people sitting here, and the guy who was running the Treasury who just resigned and then making him a victim, why aren't we asking him why are you fucking tucking tail and running the second you get audited? You know what I'm saying? If you're in charge of our Treasury, then why aren't you standing up and saying, yeah, Musk, let's sit down and let's go through this shit? But no, he tucked tail and he ran. He tucked tail and ran because he knows. He knows exactly what he's running from. And so Elon Musk has no special privileges, no more than any other citizen that gets hired on to be part of the presidential cabinet, right? But they're making it sound like he can somehow dial into your fucking dreams while you're sleeping and steal all your data in your brain, Now, there's a lot of things about him that I don't align with. I don't align with it. I'm not into this whole putting chips in fucking brains and all this kind of shit that he's way into, that Neuralink and all that shit. Not into that shit. I don't want chips in my, you know what? I don't like shit in my body. I'm thinking, how do I got to poop all the bad shit out of my body now? I don't want to be putting no more new shit in my body. And I love technology, but I'm not ready for it.
No.
And I don't think this planet
who's to say like the chips don't control you in some way? It's mindset of a certain way of thinking. Or like, look, I didn't do the COVID shot. Not one. Okay. I would not allow the kids to do it. Okay. But let me tell you something. There's no way I'm going to have a chip put in me.
So Stephanie was just asking, did you see that FEMA spent $59 million on luxury apartments for illegal invaders? Yeah, I remember that. That was a big fucking deal. That was when they were shutting down the rec centers and kicking people out of the rec centers so they can put a bunch of and then they 59 that was just in New York City. $59 million. And I sit here and we sit here on a rebound. We're still in that phase, right? And it's just that shit is, I think, what really just irks me is that as somebody who has evolved into society and has accomplished himself, it's just like, how can people like us be in this position and have not one fucking resource? But then you sit here and now you're going through this DEI list, paying for fucking Chelsea Clinton's wedding, $4 fucking million. We paid for her $10 million mansion. We're paying for fucking Sesame Street in a country that's not going to watch Sesame Street. And plus they can't even have women on Sesame Street in those countries. So it's pseudo money. It's not real. It's cover up money that's just circling back into the same fucking politicians that are the ones distributing the money. And then we sit here and it's not always insider trading. You know, it's that whole Clinton Foundation scam. Donate to your other foundation so your other foundation donates back. You know, it's that stupid bullshit. I don't know, man. I don't know. Man. I can use a little bit of that 4 million. I can use a little bit of that 4 million. Just made the news about an hour ago. Yes, that was part of the infrastructure bill passed by Biden a few years ago during COVID. Yeah, that was this shit's so out of control. And the question I have is that the amount of people, you know, the Nazi callers, the ones that want to drop the word Nazi all the fucking time, you dope heads. I'm going to push back. You know what I'm going to do?
You're going to calm down.
I'm calm.
And think.
I'm calm because they pissed me off. Yesterday, I was falsely accused of being fired from my job for being racist. That's what they fucking do. That's what they fucking do. And then he said that my family deserved to suffer because of it. That's what they fucking do with these fucking animals, right? And I promise you that shit would have never been conducted in front of my fucking face because he wouldn't be around to feed his fucking babies today.
People are always going to try to bait you, though. That's just what people have become. They want to be the person on top. So they're
Clinton Foundation got $30 million and they destroyed Haiti with the $30 million. And probably, you know, there's a whole bunch of kids that went missing from Haiti. That's a legit fact. That's not a conspiracy theory. Hundreds of thousands of kids after the fucking hurricane disappeared. Okay. Clinton's got $30 fucking million for that. And Chelsea Clinton got $10 million for the Haiti deal. What do they have an itemized report? Do they have an expenditure that they can itemize expenditure where they can let us know where all that money went to?
What did she get the money for?
I don't, because
did she
of
have
the Clintons.
Place there?
It was for the hurricane
there?
relief for the Haiti hurricane. It was a devastating hurricane, and the Clinton Foundation were the ones assigned by the United States to go help take care of that business. You know, give them relief. They sure went in and helped. And now they can't even go into Haiti because the Haitians want them literally burnt alive. Because they destroyed.
They probably wreaked more havoc than what
they did. They went and they sucked the nipple dry. That's what they did. But so I'm thinking that, you know, my new tactic is that just for entertainment purposes only, that anytime someone wants to throw the Nazi thing at me, I'm just going to start accusing them of being a pedophile.
No, we're not going to do that.
I'm just saying for entertainment purposes only.
This is tip for tat.
And then I'd like to see them dance out of that. You know, it's like, dude, how dare you call me a pet mom, dude? You know, okay, well, if you don't like being falsely accused of something you're not, well, motherfucker, what have you been doing the last 8 years?
No, you let the ignorant people be ignorant, and you stay above that.
Oh, fine. I think Elon may be putting himself out there purposely to draw fire away from Trump and Vivek. Just keep away from pushing the agenda and Vivek to keep him protect. That could be legit. That could be because he has taken it.
Elon don't care what anybody thinks.
Do you think that there could be something real bad that they will try to do to stop this momentum?
I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and go into that whole.
I don't know about weather or an event, but I tell you, man, as much as we're cheering it on, right? And as much as it needs to be done, not everybody takes to this shit well, right? And there will be a percentage of people out there that will absorb this loss very bad. And those people are retaliatory people. That's where I'm going. They're just not going to sit lightly of having the millions of illegal dollars that's been funneled to them has been cut off. And it's mafia shit, man. It is. It's mafia shit.
Well, I'm not involved into it.
Hey, by the way, folks, tomorrow, I was on the phone yesterday, 2-hour interview yesterday, and then I was actually on the phone with Pee Wee a few nights ago for 3 hours. So tomorrow and Tuesday and Wednesday, we are going to be playing the interview I had with, he goes by Pee Wee. He's a former Hells Angel, lifelong Hells Angel. He was a president of the Vegas chapter. He was part of the Minnesota Hells Angels, San Francisco Hells Angels, and some other local clubs, Milwaukee area. Incredible life. And so understand that when I have people on from these clubs or from other situations similar, it has nothing to do with glorification of what the things they've done. It's the expression of experience, man. It's hearing how journeys change and sculpt people and experiences sculpt people. And there's also a thing too that I also want to point out, I always tell people, is like sometimes we don't realize what we're walking next to in grocery stores, man. And there's real dangers in this world, and people that are not as forgiving, like we were talking about with Trump, as forgiving, So he will be on tomorrow and Wednesday. So yeah. What do you got? Anything?
I had something,
What?
but then
What
I
was it?
forgot.
What was I hate that
Because I
shit.
started listening to you like going, and I was like, "What?"
I always have shit, and then I'll remember it.
I got it. I know what it was.
What?
I got a question. So he's just talking about Pee Wee and him being on the phone for 3 hours and what have you. When did guys become women?
Oh,
That they sit on the phone for 2-3 hours yaddling.
mm-hmm.
When?
Yeah, well, I don't know because I don't know men like that.
You're on the phone with your boys all the time, like 2-3 hours.
No, I'm not. Okay,
You
so
are.
let's not let this get over exaggerated because
he is.
I hate talking on the phone. I don't answer my phone.
Most
I
of the
don't
time,
ever
yes,
open
he's right.
Messenger. I don't ever open Instagram Messenger. I don't ever open that. You know what? I played that game for the first 3-4 years in radio, and my whole life was I found myself trying to fucking have conversation with strangers that I didn't even know, and spending more time trying to answer fucking questions to people I didn't even know. And while my family's like, Dad, we're right fucking here, And so it's this with me, like with Travis, I fucking love him, man. He's one of my best buddies. Love him to death. I'll die for the fucking guy. But I need a few days to prepare to even call him back. And I say that, and I even tell him that. I'm like, bro, I know you called me last week, but I needed time.
Because he knows that he's going to be on the phone yaddling.
It's because, we get caught up on everything, right? And when I was on the phone with Pee Wee, that was the
they were telling stories privately.
We did. So the first hour was professional and getting the content for the show and getting things lined up. But we found out that we knew people all over the country. Then the story started. Oh my God, man. We started tripping out. We're like, no, bro, you know him. And you forget how many freaking people you know. Some of those people you try to forget,
Yeah, I don't want to remember them.
But it was crazy. And so, we did start reminiscing. And then you go back.
You get caught up.
Mm-hmm. You start talking about you start talking about certain areas like if I went to St. Paul right now, I would get put in a moment, man. If I was on Payne Avenue, I'd go. It's not a depression. I don't even know how to explain it.
It's just old memories.
I get into these places, man, to where it's just, and there's sadness and there's happiness. Like I'll go touch a spot where I used to hang out as a kid. That little rock that was there when I was a kid.
You want to go to the Cherokee Bluffs?
The Cherokee Bluffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. That's
where you and me were.
Yeah, that's the first place. That was the first kind of a date that we went on. And you wouldn't even come near me.
Nope.
You were like all nervous in front of me and shit. I know it's hot. No, man, I was hot as shit.
It had nothing to do with any of that.
Yeah, I was hot, man.
I just wasn't ready for no relationship or anything like that.
Neither was I. But here we are. How'd that work out? You're working on it. That was a pretty good one. So when you do a really good eye cross, you actually get a little dizzy. When you get a little dizzy, you know you're really effective in the facial.
Yeah, do an eye cross and then roll your eyes up.
Whoa! They almost came back in on the. Oh. What?
Oh my God.
That's so weird. Yeah, man. So I'm glad that you guys missed the first 15 minutes of the show today because we were on time. I mean, this shit started right at 9:00, man, and it was not good.
Rocci had a space cadet moment.
I think I'm more just hyper observant because we're just still fighting hard. You know what I'm saying? So you have that defensive wall up that any fingers coming near you to poke at you, it's going to be broke before it even gets to your space. That's kind of where you're at because it was the exterior world, that is the one that it's the most dangerous. It's not the decisions we make. It's the ones who are the ones that make the decisions for you where you don't have that power. And that's where I don't like it. It's a bromance. No, kind of.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of.
Yeah, it is. It's totally bromance.
I mean, I'll probably run my fingers through Travis's beard.
Homance.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a little wrinkly and he don't condition it. You know, what's going on, Hanson? You know, he probably should condition his beard a little bit. I had Lisa do some YouTubing because I don't know how to grow a beard either.
No, you didn't have me YouTube. I already knew, but you know, he had to YouTube.
She knew more about beard tactics and growing beards than I do, man. I just, you know, what'd you just do?
Nothing.
She just, She was staring at me the other day and she's like, just wait. She goes, wait, look that way again. I'm like, wait. She goes, turn your head and just, and I'm just like, okay, like that. She's like, yeah, no, don't move. And then she's just staring. I'm just like, okay, what are you looking at? Side of my nose? Because I don't like when
I was
you do
like,
that.
I'm not going to say what I'm thinking right now.
I wanted her to.
No, he didn't.
I did. I really did. All right, folks. I love you guys. Hey, sorry for the rough start this morning. I do, honest to God, man. I know it's 10 o'clock. I promise you we did. We started at right at 9 o'clock, and this was a blessing that it actually didn't go live because I lost my shit. Lisa's working for the rest of the week. Are you working Friday too?
I don't know. I can't guarantee.
Well, yeah, we'll see what happens here. I'm trying to make some moves. So if you need a website or some work done, man, I don't want her doing this. Just let me know. StucciMedia.com, mobsterproductions.org, man. I'm getting the website back called up. I got a lot going on, man. The website's not looking bad. So mobsterproductions.org. If you need anything media, that's the website where you want to go to. StucciMedia.com is the podcast, the news articles, and everything else, and where you can find this show. And of course, Jeremy Hansen's show right over there at StucciMedia.com. So, kiddos, with that being said, baby, give us a little final fucking motherfucking out.
We're out, bitches.
Oh, wait, that's it.
Don't take no shit.